computer. Okay, so this is how we're going to log on and find our assignments for Music First, okay? So you go up in the search bar, you type in Pleasant Hill dot music first. I know it's there. Classroom.com. And then you just type that in there, okay? Then you go up to the top right, you accept all the cookies, and then you put your login information in, okay? So for this one, I'm just gonna do it as a test. So here's test account 1. Okay, and there should be only one tab for y'all, okay? So it's either gonna be Ascension, Soprano Alto Choir, or Tenor Bass Choir, okay? So you should have just the Soprano and Alto Choir tab for your instance, okay? Then it should bring you straight to this screen of these assignments, okay? So here's week 7, this was last week. And then here's week 8, which is this week. You're always gonna have these 2 different assignments, okay? The performance assignment and the sight reading assignment. For this one, since this one was due on last Friday, I'm just gonna go to performance assignment number 2. And we're just gonna click on this. And then it should open up to this. Typically there's a description in here. I'm actually gonna do this. Go backwards. Go for the performance assignment number 1. And I'm gonna extend this date until this Friday, okay? So it says due Friday, October 23rd. But since for some reason people couldn't find it, I'm gonna extend that date. So you go on in here and you see that for this performance assignment, I want you to practice and record your specific voice part for measure 5 to measure 34 of Double Trouble, okay? And then you have what part you are down here. So part 1 is Addie, Serenity, Devin, blah, blah, blah. And then part 2, which is Adriana, blah, 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 all the way through. And Haley, I think the reason why I haven't put you down is because I haven't done a voice test with you. So we should do that today. Okay. So then I open and practice first. Click that top right button. Then I come to this screen where it has the music and all these different buttons. Okay. So you got to go up in the top right here. Very first thing you do for practice first assignment, you go up here, you see this word full. You got to go ahead and click on that and then click which specific part you are. So if you're part 1, you're going to click part 1. If you're part 2, you're going to click part 2. Okay. The reason why you got to do that is because there's no record button here for full, right? Because you got to record a specific part. So you go to part 1. Let's just do part 1, for instance. Okay. Then you see this record button here. Okay. That's because I chose part 1 up here from the top right. Instead of full, it's part 1 or whatever part you are. Okay. And so this is a chance for you to just practice. So you can press play to just start it off and just practice. Okay, so that's super slow. We're going to make that a little bit faster. Okay, we're going to go to like 88. Okay, that's what we got to do. Change it to 88. You get to 88 and then then you rewind it to the beginning, then you practice it. So ideally, you would be singing along with this, okay? So if I were to just practice that part. So I like practiced it, blah, 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 and then I practiced all the way through it. Yeah, I'll just keep going. Rest, rest, rest. 1, 2, and go. So there's that. Okay, I practiced it, and you should practice at least 3 or 4 different times. Okay, we're singing the whole entire thing, but you can go slower too. That's just the tempo I want you to work to, which is 88. So if you think that's a little too fast, you can work your way up, go to 60, like 8. Just 20 clicks a little slower, which is pretty slow. 69, whatever. Okay, and then so practice whatever tempo you'd like to, but I want you to work towards 88. Okay, and then you're ready to record. Okay, so what you're gonna do is you're just gonna hit this record button, and then you go ahead. It'll give you your starting note, and then how long you're supposed to before you come in. So you got before that you gotta allow it. Then look at the top right, 2 bars, and go. Double, double, toil and trouble, fire burning, cauldron bubble. Okay, so we're gonna stop that recording because the cursor was all kinds of weird. So we stop it, go back to the beginning, and then for backing, it should just say metronome. So just do metronome. And then tracks, just leave it the way it is. So backing, just go to metronome. Otherwise, that's going to make it funky for the whole thing. Okay, so let's re-record it. Ready and go. Double, double, toil and trouble, fire burning, cauldron bubble, double, toil and trouble, something wicked this way comes. Rest, 2, here we go. Eye of newt and toe of frog. 2, go. Adder's fork and blind worm sting. Lizard's leg and owlet's wing. So yeah, then it's like, okay, cool. And then it even says it right here. It gives you feedback on your pitch and your rhythm. There's a minimum score that you have to hit. For this one, it's 65. So you have to get at least a 65 in order to submit it. Okay, and then so you're done here. And then you look on this, look in the actual exercise, and then you see the yellow and reds are and oranges are all points that you need to improve on. So as you can see, even I need a lot of improvement on this. And then a green is good. Green is like you're spot on. So, but I hit that, did that pretty well. So I'm going to go submit to teacher. And then that should be good. Okay. Should be able to do that. And then you go back into this one, and then that's good. Sweet.